All right, Carlo, now you had been saying about the kinds of things that you were talking about in terms of technology and in terms of what it is that you do. So one of the questions I wanted to move to is what kinds of things, this is kind of like the rubber meets the road kind of question. So if we have a sense of what you do and a company or a CEO we're thinking of working with you, how do you match the two? In other words, how do you take what you do and match it up with a CEO or company who would like to work with you? What kind of services and what kinds of things can you assist them with?
Yeah, sure. So as you told in the beginning, I now am a business Sherpa. So I use the term Sherpa instead of consulting or coach, because it's just a bit different. Because I'm not a coach, I'm not a consulting, I'm an entrepreneur, first of all. And so I know how is the entrepreneurship journey really well, because I run different businesses in different countries and different fields and so on. And so I can help you in what the CEOs, business owners are going on now, in helping them overcoming the problems faster, easier, and having, you know, a co-pilot that help them in answering questions, in evaluating strategies, and so on in a better way. So we are working normally in with two different pillars. In one way, with owners or CEOs directly, so as a coach, but helping them growing their skills and evaluating properly other strategies and so on. So because you are normally the entrepreneurship journey is a solo journey, you know. But you don't have to stay alone, you know. You can have someone that can help you in see the things in a different ways. And I helping in this, so helping them in growing in their role. In the other side, with the companies itself, we have in strategies. So design better innovations, the roadmap of the technologies, you know, that aligned with the business development and the go-to-market strategies. Because today, you must innovate to stay on the market. Otherwise, you will vanish at a certain point. There are no doubts about that, you know. And you have also to stay aware about the difficulties of the customers to adapt to the new products and to new technologies. And so you must have a technology roadmap that makes sense for a market and for the level of technology that you are bringing on the market.
Interesting. And that's the difference where you're saying not a consultant, but a Sherpa. So that's a very interesting point, that it's a journey and that's what you're really showing them. That's your background, and that you can assist them. And just one of the follow up their question, because in the introduction, you said something about an ethical life code. Is that I wanted to touch on that just a little bit. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Because that's an interesting point that a lot of people are not addressing. And could you say a word or two about that as well, please?
Yes, absolutely. So ethic for me is extremely important because, you know, business is relations. So networking and so on. You must have, you know, good relations with a lot of different partners, a lot of different professionals and so on. And relations is built during the time. So I want, first of all, that who is engaged with me and now, in the past and in the future, can really rely on me, can be sure 100% that I'm doing whatever I can to make things work good. But we're in business. Business is risky. The business is dangerous. You know, everything could happen. And so we need more ethics in this world to be sure that you can grow if I can grow if you can grow. It's something like, it's really a partnership. You know, we have to go together to succeed together. Otherwise, at a certain point, we will be in trouble, and it's not good for both of us, you know.
It's an interesting point. That's why I wanted to bring that up, because I actually have something related to that on my LinkedIn profile, but not everybody notices it. So what does that got to do with anything? But I think that's really important. And I appreciate the explanation. You know, you've really educated us. You've told us a lot about your background. And I think that there are really good things that the audience is listening and grown from. Now, I'm curious, would you be able to tell us how would they get a hold of you now that they have some sense of what you do and how you do it? How would they get a hold of you, and what would you recommend if they would like to contact you?
The best channel is LinkedIn. So normally I update my LinkedIn. I engage with people through LinkedIn. So I'm going to Carlo Rivis. So on LinkedIn, it's only me, and you can engage with me, asking the connections, and I'm happy, that to share experiences, to jump on a call as well. You have also a link to book a call with me on LinkedIn, because I told you in the beginning, part of my job is stay with the people, speaking with them, be updated about the challenges that the CEOs is going through, the business is going through, in order to be aware also about what is going on in the market right now, and also the new technologies and so on. So sharing experience is the best way to grow yourself.
Well, thank you so much, Carlo. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for being on the show today. And I'm sure the audience grew from a lot from me, because you learned a lot in a short amount of time, gets packed filled. So thank you for taking out some time and visiting with us today.
Thank you, Mick. It's really an honor.
Sounds good. So this is the Dr. Digital podcast. If you listen to the very end, I said you're now qualified for a complimentary free website analysis. So contact me at Mick, as in Jagger, except he makes more money, mick.smith@wsiworld.com, or also get a hold of me at 619-389-36. That is 3636. So your free complimentary website analysis versus your competitors. Want to know what's going on out there in the marketplace. This is the only podcast that addresses business leaders, CEOs, people who would like to grow their business through social audio. Thanks for being our guest today, Carlo, and thanks for listening in for the podcast today. Next time, we've got more good information coming your way. Until next time, Deus Vult.